What's up, guys? I'm sorry I haven't uploaded in a while, but I decided this would be a good, useful video to make. This is gonna be a little Eville SMP update. As you may be aware, the SMP streams haven't happened in a while. So, I'm gonna be covering multiple months of information that I can somehow still remember. In maybe lower than 30 minutes. So, starters off. The SMP was going to be down for a while, and what happened was Omega Labs, Mini Freddy's company, never did anything wrong, never did anything at all wrong, and then Wizard Wheat's team, there was entire war, everything, Mini Freddy lost his stuff, so I gave him my old stuff, because I don't know if you remember, but I won the Husktopia competition, so I got armor that was better than my original, and so after that war, people were thinking things were gonna never change, and that there were always gonna be these issues, and well, I guess there probably always will be these issues, and so we actually plan on never streaming again for quite a while. We plan on starting this new SMP and never streaming. Well, that changed. We went back to the old one. Some issues got fixed. And, a hospital got built. Trying to remember what else. Oh yeah, I finished up some store I planned on, and people were finishing up lore. Everything was kind of going well. The castle, the Wyman Castle got an upgrade. Some stuff happened there. And I will admit to this, during the war, what Wizardry's team was doing, I found out they had gotten some stuff from creative, like tons of enchanted golden apples and multiple sets of netherite. So to even out the battle, I stole most of their arrows, bows, and quite a few enchanted golden apples last time I checked. But I think all those got destroyed. Basically, so then everything was kind of regular for a while. We planned on streaming again soon, but I don't know if you remember, Aidswald, yeah, he was originally going to play Void Wolf for the lore. He ended up quitting, and so, that kind of happened. He's been wanting to quit because he didn't like the lore and stuff, and so, yeah, then we also kind of weren't able to do that. Then we were working on rebuilding some stuff. Then, we had some issues, with that, because apparently, we didn't have enough time, really, to do what we planned on doing, and so if we were to stream, it would have been late, and we still had some stuff to work on, really, and we also had to come up with future ideas. And so, if I remember correctly, what happened after that is that, I went to get gas tiers, got regeneration potions for, the nether, for the hospital and stuff. Mad Gav Attorney Tower, which is, where he's gonna be a lawyer, was built. The retirement home, at the end of Endor was built. The Omega Labs official building was destroyed, and, the business is relocating, or it may not even be a business anymore, but it's just Mini Freddy, King Ridge, in Mad Gav. Well, maybe not Mad Gav that is moving, but, they're moving, and they're gonna try and make a cooler, better looking base in this mountain area, and, so I supplied them with some of that, and another thing is, after the war, Mini Freddy, I think this was either during or after, I think it was before, actually, but, Mini Freddy wanted help making a trap, and so I helped him do that. We tested it out. It kills people in full netherite, I believe. Last time I checked, no matter what the protection is, no matter what the feather falling is. And so it works out pretty well. And Evil ended up trolling himself by accidentally giving himself tons of roots. And so, since he was the person who was testing it and died, he had to get rid of a lot of, like, roots, I believe is what they were called, or something like that. And so, yeah, so the building was removed, Mad Gav Attorney building was built, so I'd say things were going pretty good, eventually, um, oh yeah, Yeet was here. Wizard Wheat and UGF basically formed their own version of the Y-Men, where Professor Y, as you may know him, the man who is known to be possessed by White Wolf still currently, in lore, he's always been the main real Y-Man. He's always been the real neutral team. And what we found out kind of like from this new Y-Men team is that they committed a lot more crimes, and they weren't as close to neutral. And so they weren't known as much as the Y-Men, but they called themselves the Y-Men, and they never really were Y-Men, I believe, because only one of them, I think, was that. Well, only maybe one of them was actually approved to be a Y-Man, and Yeet started taking this turn for the worst. And eventually, we had lore books, and I'm pretty sure we had so many stolen that we were left with only like 7. And we found out that either Yeet or Wizard Weed stole them, but, either way, when we tried to get both the confessing up and giving us the lore books, of course, neither one did. And so, we'll talk more about little Yeet's evil trail. But what happened was, we're starting to get into more recent events now. Not too long ago, another war. Wait, no, actually, let me talk about the Scarlet Dinner first. With Wizard Wheat, he was telling me and Eville that he was going to do the Scarlet Dinner thing, where he was gonna invite people, and everyone on the server was supposed to come, and we were gonna discuss Omega Labs issues. And I'm gonna be honest, I thought he was gonna try to assassinate Omega Labs, kill all of them. So I brought strength potions, speed potions, poison potions, and fire resistance. I prepare. But in fact, before that though, we made a bank. The bank got robbed. A lot of it. But we'll get back to that later, because I think we found a way to fix it. But yeah, it ended up going very peacefully though, and I was honestly shocked, because most people on the SMP, in my opinion, don't usually solve things peacefully. So it was kind of shocking to see that actually happen, because usually it's just straight to war, straight to combat. And so basically what happened was, after that, let's get into more recent stuff. So it was a really slow day on the SMP. Nothing interesting was happening. We're expecting a lot more interesting things to happen. A floating island got made. I know that. Basically what happened was, Mad Gav blew up a small part of his own tower to make things interesting. I think he did that first. But then Eville, things were really, really slow, and so he blew up a part of it too, but it was easily rebuildable. But Eville played it off innocent, and so a lot of people got, well, not a lot, but a few people got mad at him. Most people understood he was just trying to make things exciting and enjoyable for people, but it started an entire war. And I expected we to try and solve this peacefully, like he did with Omega Labs, but I was wrong. I was way off. Maybe he did try that, but I didn't hear about it. So, I hear they instantly went to war, basically. War happened. And so I heard that Mini Freddy used some of the potions I gave him. He poisoned Doge Dog. You may meet him on the server eventually. Wheat, and UGF, and I heard the only person that wasn't killed that was part of that team was Yeet. And we will get more on that later. But, Mini Freddy died, losing some of his stuff because they took it. And then Evil was able to absolutely annihilate the rest of them, from what I have heard. And, so what happened was they attempted to break into the vault as well. And in fact, they actually got pretty far. They almost broke into Mini Freddy's vault, where he keeps, like, all the contracts and stuff, and some other stuff. They actually got really close, and they blocked in the nether portal. And so when me and Mini Freddy were doing that, it was a pain. It sucked, because you know how your screen, like, swirls when you're in the nether portal? Yeah, imagine that, but it, like, lasts for an hour. So that was just a nightmare. But this is where something good happened. They blocked themselves in with 15 netherite blocks. How they got it, I don't know. Do I care? Not really. Why do I not care? Because I think I know it can help replace some of the money we lost in the bank. Because we plan on having a currency system, and obviously netherite would be worth more than diamond. Since, well, it's harder. You got to go to the nether to get it, for one, and it's really rare. And there's not much tricks for finding it besides using some crazy hack. And so, yeah, they basically all got wiped out. Wheat, UGF, and Yeet all said they were going to quit the server, I believe. Then they came back, I think, either the same day or the next day. And, with this, it was kind of bad to hear about, because it was this chaos, and eventually King Ridge, I believe, blew up part of the house that was on Wheat's floating island, and I believe that also started some of the war. And so after the war had ended, we got on the server, and because of how horrible it was, that, like, they were insulting Evil. I don't know what they expected. They said he used commands all the time, that he couldn't kill them without using commands, and they were basically like calling him a wimp and stuff, and so of course he annihilated all of them. You're basically insulting the owner of the server, who controls everything. Didn't know what was supposed to happen there. I don't know. No, I didn't get it. But that's what I heard, and well, maybe that's not the reason we did this, but because of how they did the war, and they didn't even try to resolve things peacefully last time I checked, we destroyed all their chests. I destroyed all their beds. We kept their pets alive because we are good people. We're kind enough to do that. But we basically burned all the village houses down because they were meeting at this village all the time, and it was just so weird. And so we basically destroyed that thing to the ground. Oh yeah, not to mention the volcano site where, well, obviously the volcano blew up, is no longer covered in grass, but is now being replaced by the Eville Volcano Park. Eville also started his own business. He has an entire tower now and everything. It's a block business, or like a building business, where you lend people blocks and help them build. And so, we're starting to catch up to some of the more recent stuff. Like the very recent stuff, like stuff that happened either today or like just yesterday, probably. And so, we also got a really good horse. We got a brand new great horse. And so we had an issue earlier where Yeet was saying he owned the Wyman Castle, and that now he was giving it to Wheat, so Wheat officially owned it. But in law, in a full technicality, well, not a technicality, but on full reason, legally, in every way, I'm pretty sure there's even going to be a deed made for him. But Professor Y officially owned all of it. He owned more land. He owned basically all of it, and he was given permission by the owner, Evil, to kick anyone he didn't want to out, and the land was basically all his, and he had law over it. And so there was a really long, annoying argument about that. But basically it came down to people understand that Y owns it, not them. And so, with that, people were originally going to trap Yeet, make sure he didn't do anything bad. But before he locked off, I believe people saw TNT in his hand. But then everyone said peace, peace, and like all that stuff. So everyone was good for a while. Things were great. In fact, Mini Freddy got permission to host dinner at the Wyman Castle, where we did a lot of stupid crap like egg fights, snowball fights, and we were even gonna have a baguette fight. Oh, and also there was Sammy the polar bear, who ate all of Evil's food basically, and also ate a wet sponge, which we called wet cheese. But we were having a great time. We look at our maps, we see like Wheat and UGF coming in our direction, so we equip our armor. Madgap had made a firework cannon at the top of Madgap Tower for the celebration of us winning the war. and being all happy. And so we see a message in the chat saying Mad Gav Tower has been blown up. And the only person known to have record TNT with them was Yeet. And the only person that it could really make sense to do, because he logged off. He logged off after it was reported, like right after it was reported. And I think it's him that did it, for sure. And it's a good chunk that was destroyed, a great big chunk. But, oh yeah, there's another really important thing to get to after this. But when we looked at all the evidence, we looked at all the proof, and it seemed like it was Yeet. I mean, I was so annoyed. The guy said he wanted peace. No offense to you, Yeet. No offense at all. But if you did do it, I don't understand the logic there of you saying you want peace and then starting a war. And I'm not trying to offend anyone in this video, but it was just crazy, and a lot of people found it crazy. A lot of people were mad about it. Because Mad Gav Tower had been blown up like 5 times now. And there was no reason to really even blow it up. It wasn't doing anything wrong. It wasn't doing anything bad. And in fact, it really wasn't even doing anything. Because it couldn't really open business because people kept bombing it. For no reason. And so, when we found out about that, Wheat said he was always going to have Yeet in his sight. That he was always going to be watching him. I believe to prevent stuff like this. And so me, Evil, and Mini Freddy have been discussing punishments, I believe, and stuff for Yeet. But we may not have to punish him anymore since Wheat claims he's always going to be watching him now. And as far as I know, Professor Y considers himself the only Y-man at this point. And he's thinking that me and Evil may have to join the Y-Men and, like, be part the neutral team and part the good team, because basically every other person that was a Y-Man, or, well, the only other person that is still kind of neutral and was a Y-Man is King Ridge, and he works for Mini Freddy now, so it's a little less neutral. But every other person that says they're a Y-Man, seems to have taken a much darker route, become more evil. And UGF also said he was going to retire, then said he unretired. Oh yeah, the Congress building got blown up. The evil sign got blown up as well during the war, and that was also kind of annoying. So that's why we got revenge on the village. And so, I'm trying to remember. But yeah, so the dinner was hilarious. I don't think we actually came up with a name for it, but it was great. And yeah, I helped Mini Freddy set up these little void shields that are supposed to repel and, like, go against void power. So it's supposed to help us and protect us a little more against Void Wolf and other people that can control void powers. And so I did tons of quartz. I got tons of quartz in the nether. Me and Evil are probably going to change our wills, because we found out that if we do die or if something does happen, we said all our stuff's going to go to the Y-Man. And we don't want it going to the Y-Man. The other Y-Man, we're okay if it goes to Y, in my opinion, or Mini Freddy or someone like that. But not the Y-Man, because lately, maybe they are trying to be neutral, but they've lately been on a bad streak with us. They've mainly been looking like the villain towards us. Maybe not towards other people, but towards us. And obviously, we don't want our enemies getting our stuff. And so, yeah, Sammy the polar bear, he died once, but then we got him back, and so yay, that was great. And now getting back up to even more recent stuff, I think. Is there anything else? Well, I'm not sure there is. If I forgot something, please tell me in the comments. Because if Evil's probably watching this, he probably knows if I missed something. Oh yeah, more was added to the park. It has a steakhouse now. Wheat Eats which was a restaurant for a while, is now destroyed and absolutely wrecked, I believe. Yeah, we sent up these little void shields in Oaksville, Bonesboro, and other areas. Me and Mini Freddy have been working on some unique machines lately. Some pretty awesome ones, in my opinion. And, oh yeah, we had this horrible mob spawning glitch, but we found a way to fix it. It seems like it fixes and gets better when me and Evil are in the nether, and it's good because it also allows those mobs in the nether to spawn, and somehow Evil got 4 ender pearls from killing 1 enderman with only looting 3. But still wonderful, because we've been needing to get ender pearls, and we found a way to fix this mob spawning glitch that was just absolutely broken. Yeah. So lately on the SMP, we still may not be streaming for a while, but I will try to make these videos to catch you up on everything. And so, yeah, the things are maybe starting to look better now. We still gotta watch out for Eat, and, well, if I'm gonna be honest, I think we got some pretty awesome and big things coming. SMP is only getting better, in my opinion. And, well, maybe the villain's with it, too. Not in a good way. In a threatening way. And with that, there's some stuff I can't tell you, because it's gonna be a little bit of a surprise next time on the SMP. But, trying to remember. I don't think there is anything else to say. So, yeah, I think I'll see you guys here. Have a great day. Tell me if I forgot anything. See you guys next time.